Hi, my name is Justin Prince, man. Welcome to this online presentation, this online discussion that we're going to have about the difference between social retail versus MLM. Now, this presentation is designed for those of you who are network marketing professionals. You've been around the network marketing, the direct sales, the multi-level space. You've been around it, you've built businesses, you've built teams, and maybe you've come to some conclusions maybe similar to what we have, which is, God, there's got to be a better way to do this whole thing. And you maybe are hearing the buzz about Modere and the buzz about social retail and kind of what we're up to. And so what I want to share with you today is a kind of like a behind the scenes look. I want to share with you what I would want you to share with me. If we were replacing roles and I was kind of looking for a home, I'd want you to share with me the behind the scenes look versus something I could just go find on the company website. Does that sound okay? I'm going to kind of give you a behind the scenes look at how we do what we do. Now, let me just start with just my story because I think it will lead into the model. My wife and I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. We have 4 kids. I'm a daddy first, from young boys from 15 to 7, and then 2 girls in the middle, 12 and 10. And I'm an entrepreneur second. I was introduced to this network marketing world 14 years ago. I was with 2 companies. My first company, I became the number 3 earner, national spokesperson for this company. I was on every Barnes & Noble and Borders newsstand of the country. I'm like, I'm the man at this. And then the company went out of business. I'm like, I'm not the man anymore. I don't know if you guys have ever had a company go out of business. That is not a fun time, right? My income was zapped overnight. The second company I joined, I thought it'd take me 2 months to get full-time. It took me 2 years. It actually turned into, it was a challenging time. The company had really no momentum in the United States where I worked, and at one point moved my wife and our 2 kids into the loft of my wife's parents' garage. I'm living in the loft of my wife's parents' garage, working 2 jobs, trying to chase the dream. I'm like, well, what am I doing here? Eventually, I became one of the fastest growing distributors we had in that company, anywhere in the United States. I traveled all over the world with that company, had a really incredible experience. And I share that with you to say, when I got to kind of the top, if you will, I remember looking at our profession and being like, oh, something's off, something's different, something, I don't know. It was like, what's going on here? And I remember thinking that the business model was broken. I didn't understand even how to articulate it. I just remember thinking it was broken. And so I ended up selling that business. And I got out of network marketing for the next 2 years and planning on being out forever. And so let me talk about the old model, or really what's unfortunate. This is the model. This is the network marketing model. It's what's called a self-consumption model. Those of you who've been around the game, you've seen it particularly in the multi-level space versus more the party plan space. But you'll relate to this. Self-consumption means this. You sign up in the company as a rep or an associate or a promoter or distributor, whatever they call you in that company, and then you self-consume the products. You start using the products. It's what's called internal consumption. You start using them yourself or internally for yourself, for your family. You then sign me up, and then we use them. We internally self-consume them. We sign people up. They sign people up. They sign people up. They sign people up, and then you receive an override commission on all of the consumption, the self-consumption of that network of people. Does that sound familiar? Well, look, I have no problem with you recruiting people. I have no problem with you using the products. I feel like you maybe should, because I feel like that's genuine to use the products. The challenge is this. We don't have enough end consumers. And so you create this whole network of consumption, but if the problem is when the lowest person that joined me last night, if they can't go recruit more people, they can't make money, because the whole business model is based on reps recruiting more reps, recruiting more reps. So when they can't make enough money 3 or 4 months from now, they quit. That unqualifies the little rank above them, then they quit. Unqualifies the rank above them, they quit. Unqualifies the rank above them, they're not making enough money, they quit. And what happens is our networks erode from the bottom up. Have you ever had that happen? It's almost like you can't do enough conference calls. You can't do enough 3-way calls. Like when your network starts eroding, it's a stressful time. Now, here's what I'd say. I know that you're maybe arguing right now and you're like, no one quits our products because our products are amazing, and the doctors and the science. Look, I get it. We all have amazing products. Or at least we all think we do, right? I would assume we all do. But the model, if you've ever noticed, networkers are like, now my first company, I had 10,000 people on my team. My second company, 20,000. My third company, 30,000. My fourth company, this is what I waited for my whole life. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to the first 10,000 people? Like, where'd they all go? Where they went is it eroded. Networkers didn't leave. Like I tell people, building's fun. Rebuilding sucks. It's not fun to rebuild, but we have to because the network's eroded. That's, to me, part of this old self-consumption model. The other thing is, people ask me sometimes, they're like, what's the difference between your company and other companies? I'm like, look, go to www.pickanetworkmarketingcompany.com in your brain. You can pick whatever one you want, Think of the tabs across the site. There's something like this: company, products, opportunity, events, charity, promotion, founders, something like that. Why do they have the opportunity tab on the company website? It's because they're trying to recruit more distributors or associates or promoters of that company to self-consume the product. That's the business model. It's what we've all done for 100 plus years. So when you go to Modere.com, one of the first things you'll notice is there's no opportunity tab. And you're like, where is it at? It's because 95% of the world are non-network marketers. They're non-direct sellers. Now look, I get that we get it. And I get that we think it's awesome. But my friend, check this out. The volume doesn't lie with us trying to recruit each other. It's not like I call you, hey, does your network suck? Well, mine sucks less than yours, so you should come do mine. Like, that's not where all the volume is in our game. Like, us like moving around to different companies. The volume lies with us getting legitimate, authentic, and pure access to the 95% of the population. That was one of the keys that we wanted to solve. Next is distributor pricing. Look, if you're not listening to the doctor CDs and going to the Super Saturdays and like plugged into the system, at some point you don't pay that much money for their product. You're like, I can get these stuff out, somewhere else, or at least similar, because you're not in it, right? We pay these distributor pricing because we're like building a business and let's do this thing. Listen, that's you when you're talking to real consumers, they don't think like a traditional networker would, right? Wholesale to retail pricing. This is one of the great myths in network marketing. We go up to the whiteboard like there's 8 ways to make money in our comp plan. Way number 1 is buy, wholesale, sell, retail. And then we wink. No one's ever done that in this company, but you can do that. Now, I'm being a little facetious. Maybe someone did it. But the point is this like buy, wholesale, sell, retail. So there's an incentive for you to sign up and self-consume. In other words, even if you're really only a customer, there's actually an incentive for you to sign up so you can get a discounted pricing. And we tell people it's just like Costco. No, dude, it's not just like Costco. Stop it. Like these kind of weird things that we say to make the model feel more normal. And what I'm suggesting to you is that little gap of driving even what would have been real customers into becoming reps. Because here's the thing, when the federal governments come and look at your company, they don't look at those people as customers. They look at those people as failed distributors, meaning like they signed up, but they didn't ever recruit anybody. And then they hold that against us as far as like that's not the way they want it to look. Another one is earning income exclusively or primarily from recruiting. I like to say to networkers, show me in your comp plan a way that I can make $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or $100,000 a month with only the customer base, without recruiting anybody. Most people look at you, they're like, what are you talking about? They're like, and you got to sell like 9 executive packs and then have them duplicate. And it's just like, no, bro, just customers, just the customer side. That's part of the power of what's happening with Modere and social retail. Another one is recognition titles are based exclusively on team building or primarily on team building. So check this out. It used to be when I was first coming up in networking, like if you got customers, we'd look at you like, customers, like, do you not know how to close? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why'd you get all these customers? In fact, I would almost go as far as to say that we didn't want customers. I know that sounds so crazy, but it's almost like if they weren't duplicating and if they weren't plugged into the system and if they weren't coming to Super Saturdays and if they weren't doing the deal and chasing their dreams, we didn't really know what to do with them, Now, you couldn't become a double ninja backflip diamond guru and cross the stage and like hold the Ed McMahon check unless you could build a huge network. What's so dynamic about Modere is our recognition will like wrap around the whole auditorium with people who are just building great customer bases. And that's part of the power. People that weren't used to winning in networking can actually come here and win. Now, the old model it's under attack by the federal government, but there's another way I want to position that. It's almost like they're legitimizing. They're coming after some of the strengths. Now, they're saying that this model doesn't work anymore. Like this model is not okay for regulatory agencies. So if you're in direct sales, this is like high time to like become a little bit more self-aware. This is high time to say, okay, what are we doing that's not working in the regulatory environment, and how do we change that? And here's what's so challenging. Is the model, you can't bolt on customer acquisition. You can't get on the Saturday morning conference call like, hey everyone, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Customers. Everyone hear that? Customers, from now on. It's not how it works, dude. Because it's almost like a sweater of yarn. You like start pulling it and all of a sudden it like unwinds the whole thing. You can't bolt on all of these good, just like one idea. The whole model has to be built as a customer model. So I share that story to say, sold that business for 2 years, and I came into a company at the time was 25 years old. It had done over $6 billion in sales. It was doing a couple $100 million a year globally. Check this out. About 1% of that revenue was U.S. revenue, North American revenue. So most of it was overseas. It was owned by a $2.3 billion equity fund that owned Mrs. Fields Cookies, TCBY Yogurt, Chevy's Tex-Mex. Had this broad range of non-toxic products. So like a great broad range of products, but it was a company that needed to be transformed. It was a company that had 8 years of consecutive double-digit decline in revenue. Like it needed to be rebirthed. And so we had these really incredible assets. And we thought, look, if we're going to do something together, as part of this original team to say, if we're going to do something here, you have a couple $100 million a year business, most of the revenue is overseas, backing by a multi-billion-dollar fund, some smart people in the room, really we care, we've all been around the game, we all don't want to do it again, what would you do? And we started to ask questions like, what do we like about the profession? What do we not like about it? And we started saying, if we're going to do this again, if the model's broken, I don't want to do a better version of a broken model. Are you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do a 2.0 of something that's already broken. Like, this is like a bet. You've ever heard of them? This is a better version of them. I didn't want to do that. I was like, let's do something that where we disrupt the model. Think of it this way. Henry Ford said, if I would have asked the people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all they knew is what they knew. It's like, yes, networkers, what do you want? They're like, infinity pool. You're like, okay. Or you say, like, what do you want? They're like, a new flavor of protein powder. Like, great idea. Like, that's going to change everything. So the point I'm trying to say is, it's like Netflix didn't create better entertainment than Blockbuster. Netflix disrupted the business model. Henry Ford disrupted the business model of horse and buggy. Uber disrupted the business model of taxis, how people were experiencing a city. Better business models always win. If you can create a better model and you can be the first to market, you will always win because people will look back at the old one. Like you're going to see this presentation today and you're going to be like, oh crap. Like I can't go back to the old way of doing it because why would I take the horse and whoosh with the horse when there's a better way to do this whole thing called get in a car and go fast, right? So 6 months before I was working on this project, I'm sitting at lunch with a friend of mine. And this dude's dressed to the nines. This guy's got pocket squares in his suit jacket and his cufflinks match his shoelace. I'm like, bro, it's Tuesday at lunch in Utah. What's wrong with your outfit? And I'm like, are you going to a New York City premiere tonight? What's going on? And he goes, where do you shop? He said, I shop at Nordstrom's Rack. Now, I'd heard of Nordstrom's Rack. And he said, I shop at Gilt.com. And I go, what's Gilt.com? And the dude looks at me like I'm an idiot. Like I should know what Gilt.com is. I've never even heard of this thing in my life. And I remember thinking, you can't look at me like that. I'm cool. I'm hip. I have a profile on the Facebook. I'm pretty cool. So anyway, so he picks up his phone just like we would there at lunch. He sends me a text. And on the text is a link. And I click the link and it gives me a $25 shopping credit to Gilt.com. I never heard of this site before. Finish lunch. I go sit in my car. Now remember, I'm out of network marketing. I had no one to defend. When you're in your company, you're like, my company's the greatest thing ever. Okay, my CEO's incredible. We bleed orange or green or whatever. We are all in. And then when you're out, you're like, okay, it was a little weird, but overall it was a good experience. So I'm out of the profession at all. I'm doing private equity consulting, working with multiple businesses. I'm out. And I remember sitting in my car and I remember thought, whoever that model, what just happened right there, that interaction, that's what it should be like. Whoever can create that business model where it's that normal, that natural, that authentic. And because let me give you an example. Guess how many Super Saturdays Gilt.com sent my friend to? 0. I mean, the dude just knew how to share a discount link. And I remember thinking in network marketing, you sign me up, you send me to 3 Super Saturdays to teach me what to say to people. And then you send me to 3 more Super Saturdays to personally develop me. And so I can overcome my fear and actually have the courage to actually say it to someone. And then 6 months from now, I recruit someone. We're like, dude, we're in momentum over here. Okay, we are duplicating. And it's just this goofy model. So I remember thinking about, first of all, I spoke in front of 10,000 people at the Ariake Coliseum in Tokyo, Japan with Alexis Maybank, the co-founder of Gilt.com. And she came there to talk about not only the rise of this incredible company, Gilt, but also the rise of what she saw we were doing with social retail. So fast forward 6 months. I'm sitting in the boardroom of this multi-$100 million company. We're trying to transform it, trying to think of how do you disrupt the model? And our chief branding officer, I tease people, this guy couldn't even spell MLM. He just did not come from this space. He worked with Aeropostale, Macy's, Gap, Chipotle, Sephora, Ray-Ban. He's one of the top branding minds in the country. He says to me, he goes, have you ever heard of Gilt.com? And I go, come on, bro. You think I don't know what Gilt.com is? Because now I felt cool because I'd heard of it once in my whole life, right? And he said, let me ask you this. He goes, they're 6 years old. He said, do you know how many customers they have? Now, this is a number of years ago. I said, I know of 2. Me and my buddy, he said they have 6 million customers. And then he said, do you know how much revenue they do a year? And guys, I'd never even heard of them besides that conversation. So I go, I don't know, 30 million, 40 million? He said they do $1 billion per year in sales. My friends, this is when this concept hit me. I thought, What if you could take the power of what's called social shopping? Here's what is happening in the world's economy. Dollars are shifting from physical to digital retail. So in other words, think of like, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like think of the shopping that you're doing. You do most of it, all your holiday shopping, you're doing it more online than you are in stores. Think of malls that used to have that maybe aren't what they once were, or like the Netflix, the Blockbuster to Netflix. Think of locations that used to be Blockbuster. There's dollars shifting from physical to digital. Most of it is being driven from just basically word of mouth. Like there's these new online retailers. You've seen them, the Gilts, the Zulilys, the Fabs, the One Kings Lanes, etc. They have come online. They have millions of customers, billions in revenue, and they have no stores. And so we're driving this economic shift. It'll be one of the biggest economic shifts we'll ever see in our whole lifetime. And yet we're being left out of the benefit of that economic shift. So that's the social shopping, the digital online retail side of our business. And then we thought, what if you could take the power of direct sales? The power of direct sales is us. It's these people, like it's these passionate, entrepreneurial driven, networkers are. I mean, come on, like we'll put like 7 of us in a 2-person car and drive 4 hours one way to the meeting and eat peanut butter and crackers and then like drive home and get home at 4 a.m. We go to work the next day in our cubicle and our friend's like, how's your business going? Like, oh, it's great, man. You should do this. Are you chasing your dream lately? We're in, dude. Like you're never going to meet a more passionate, driven group of people on the planet than these direct sellers, these networkers, right? So we thought, what if you could combine the power of direct sales with the power of social shopping, and you could create something that's brand new? And it's this idea called social retail. And so let me kind of walk you through the model so you can kind of see how it works. So social retail is a retail brand that's powered by people. We're the first of its kind. Guys, this is the 1.0. This is not like, it's kind of like so-and-so, just better, like a knockoff. Like we're trying to be like a Me Too knockoff. This is the car. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not like a better horse and buggy. This is like the new version of where this whole profession's headed. So let me give you an example. Number 1, go to the website, modere.com. You go there and you say, where's the opportunity tab? Like where can I learn more about the comp plan? Like, no, bro, 95% of the world's population, they don't speak your language. Like networkers, we speak like English or whatever language you speak, and then we speak network marketing. It's like you standing in a hotel room, like in the walkway, and they're like talking to your friend, like, yeah, I lost a leg. They're like, you lost a leg? The hotel worker, like, no, sir, it happens all the time. Happens all the time. Don't worry. Like we speak our own little vernacular. Customers speak normal. They speak real life. And so when you go there, you're going to have a customer conversation. Also, the way that they're going to find the site is through a $10 off give-get code. So we literally share code just like an Uber code, just like a Gilt code, just $10 off. Now, here's what's so cool. For your Smart Ship customers, your customers give 10, get 10. For your Smart Ship customers, they give 10, get 25. So it actually drives not only Smart Ship, but it drives sharing as well. Now, let me ask you a question. Where did Gilt.com get the 6 million customers? My friend, they got the 6 million customers from the 6 million customers. One of the challenges we have in network marketing is everyone signs up to get the wholesale discount, and they're like all reps. They're all associates. Are you with me? So when that happens, the company starts emailing them and marketing to them like, hey, got a super Saturday. Like, hey, got convention. Like, hey, Barbara made $1 million. Dude, like our customers are like, I just wanted the wholesale discount. Like, what are you talking to me about all this stuff for? Once we created the digital online side of our business, we can market to our customers the way that you're used to being marketed to. With flash sales, limited time offers, promotions, incentives, discounts, Valentine's offers, Father's Day offers, Mother's Day offers, we can market to your customers. But we know who your customers are because they shop and have a completely pure, authentic retail customer experience. Guys, just like if they shopped at Nordstrom's or anywhere else, it's the same experience. And so we can talk to them the way that they're used to being marketed to, the way they're used to being talked to. This has led to 1 out of every 3 of our sales that happen every month are coming from the referral of a customer. I need to emphasize this is so important. Our customers are duplicating. You know what I'm saying? Like using like network marketing terminology, the customers share with customers. Over 35% of our sales every month come because a customer shared with a customer. Not a distributor shared with a customer. Your customers are sharing because they're sharing those promotion codes as well. This drives into our Smart Ship and Save program where customers can save up to 15% off. And we also have our loyalty program where the longer they're on their Smart Ships, the better it is. This has driven an industry-leading retention rate. This model has led to a 10-to-1 ratio. So for every 1 person that does our business, we have 10 customers. Now, I just need to give you some context. let's say that you build a team in the past, of 50 people. 50 people in a self-consumption model means you have the potential to earn a commission on 50 people, right? Because they're all the ones that are consuming the products themselves. My friends, 50 people in Modere is the potential to earn a commission on 500 people. Because for every one person that joins your team, you'll average a 10-to-1 ratio. Now you say, what if I build a team of 10,000? That's 100,000 potential orders because each person averages 10. The other thing that's so important about this 10-to-1 ratio is your teams can win without recruiting. And when you can unlock, people can make money, can succeed, can get recognition, can feel like $1 million, and they didn't recruit anybody. That is part of the way that you unlock recruiting. This has also led to an 85% customer volume. So in other words, of the company's revenue every month, we average 85% of it coming from real retail customers. This is such an important stat. One of the questions I'd be asking right now in this really hotly contested regulatory environment is how much of your volume comes from real retail customers, not the customers with the asterisks next to their name. Like the company starts repurposing and they're like, if someone doesn't recruit for 18 months, we repurpose them as a customer. No, don't play games. Don't play the normal goofy MLM stuff. Tell me your real retail customers, 85% of it. With the FTC guidelines, now, this hasn't become legislation yet, but they're kind of giving us an idea. They said to one company 50%, another company they said 66%. They want more of our revenue to become less and less about just distributors self-consuming and more about true, authentic, real customers. This has led, my friends, in just our first 5 years since launch to 3 million plus new customers, 1 billion plus in new revenue, and over 500 million paid out in commissions. And that's just the beginning of where the model is. Because those first few years, we were like, I was telling people, it's like, we were like, had machetes, like trying to go through the jungle to like create the thing. We weren't trying to create a better version of someone else. We were creating the new model. This leads me to the product line. And what I'm gonna do on the product line is I'm gonna share with you why the bedrock of the business, like why this business has been in business for, in this case, 30 plus years. It's because these incredible products. I'm not going to try and give you a detailed scientific explanation of all the products. I want you to know more of the product strategy because you'll see that the product strategy drives towards real customers and real customer reorders and more retention within your network. So let me give you guys an example. First is we're the world leader in creating safe, effective, and affordable products. Products that people are using in every area of their home. If you look at the biggest networks in the world, they're Anyway products, right? Like the Amways, the Mel Lucas, et cetera. They have all the billion-dollar plus companies have broad product lines. And they're typically products that you're consuming anyway. Like you're buying it anyway, buy it from us. So it's replacement dollars. And Modere does that. Now here's what's so cool is our products, in addition to you're using them anyway, buying from us, they're safe and they're effective, meaning they work and they're affordable. And so they're all recyclable, packaging, BPA free. We never test on animals. They're also all gray water safe. They all pass our perfect 10 quality standards. So people are looking more and more and more for safer, healthier products. This is a global trend. We are not only in line with that trend, we're the ones that created it 30 plus years ago. They were like 30 plus years ago, you're talking about toxic chemicals. People were like, what are you talking about? You're a weirdo. Now you're like a weirdo if you're not talking about it, right? Our products are award winning. We have prestigious awards both within our profession and also outside of our profession. Now let me share with you the product strategy. If you go with an Anyway story, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get a lot of growth. Like, you're buying this stuff anyway, buy it from me. That's hard. But think of Apple. When Apple launched the iPod, what they did, iPod, iPhone, iPad, what happened? Those were hero products. Those hero products led you into what? An entire ecosystem. iTunes, iCloud, iMac. Are you following? The heroes led you into everything else. We have the same strategy. So with ours, like we have our liquid collagen. We have 7 international patents, 37 human clinicals. It's the world's best form of collagen. You've heard of collagen. It's a buzzword right now. It's a massive, massive growing, the early days of that growing trend. The hyaluronic acid, we own the global exclusive rights to this technology. We also have Trim. Now Trim, my friends, was won the best weight loss supplement of the year in 2018. Now the best of the year out of like GNC, bodybuilding.com, like everybody, not just in direct sales. This stuff, the chocolate one tastes like chocolate pudding. It's a consistency of pudding. It's probably the easiest product I've ever seen to market. We have posts that we'll do on this. People will get 10, 15 customers on a post or sometimes even more. This is a very dynamic product, tastes great. It has clinically proven ingredients. It's just an incredible product. This one has the collagen hyaluronic acid. And it's like the hero product of our lean body sculpting system. So for people that are looking to change what we call body composition. So check this out. It's not just a weight loss system, like you can chop your arm off and lose weight. It's how do you build lean muscle and burn body fat percentage, like burn belly fat. That's the real game. How do you have more energy? How do you create a new lifestyle? The lean body sculpting system is like a real key to doing that. So think of it this way: you have liquid collagen, you have your weight body composition system with lean body sculpting, and then you have collagen coffee. With our Modere Logic with tetrablend coffee, we also have the MCT oils and the grass-fed butter in the creamer. You add trim to this. You have a coffee, collagen coffee with weight loss components as well with the trim. So it makes it really simple to have that original like iPod, iPhone, iTunes, iPad conversation, but then leads everybody else into everything else. The next thing you know, they're buying their detergents and their hand soap and their stuff for their showers, their bathrooms. And what's interesting is they're not stacking it on each other. All right, let me give you an example. Have you ever had your company be like, don't worry guys, 6 months from now, we're launching this new product at convention and things are gonna change. I know it sucks right now, but it's gonna change. And what happens is people don't buy both, they replace. Like they were buying this and then they launched the new product, now they're buying this and your volume just like kind of stays the same. You're like, that wasn't awesome. So here's the thing. When you have everyday essential products, people, they already have a budget for their laundry. They already have a budget for their kitchen. They already have a budget for their bathroom. They already have a budget for their shower. They already have, are you following? They already have a nutritional budget. So they'll actually use the different products. And they don't feel like, man, my order's so big. Like when you go to Target, they get what they need. That's the power of this hero into everyday essential model. Now, let me just quickly end with a couple quick thoughts. First thing, if you're looking for a values-based culture, culture to us is very, very important. Our value is authentic, vibrant, disruptive, humble, and compassionate, and extraordinary. This is who we are. This is the pillars of our business. I believe there's bad volume. I don't believe $1 is $1. Like you can work with people that wear you out. They're toxic. They're full of drama. They just wear you out. That's not who we're looking for. We're looking for people that, have a heart and that care and that want to do it the right way. Like if you're looking for like a money game, what I'm saying? Like, it's like, let's just ramp this thing up and get out of here and go to something else. Like, dude, don't join, please. I beg you. Like, we don't need you. I wish you well in your money game. We're not looking for that guy, dude. Like, we're looking for people that have integrity, that fit these values. They have compassion. They're humble. They're authentic. They want to have a disruptive business model. They have a vibrancy, or they want to be around vibrant people. That's who we're looking for. People that want to live extraordinary lives. Number 2 is category creating business model. Here's the thing. I feel like we all kind of say the same stuff, right? Like my product is so awesome. Like my comp plan's amazing. Like, it's like, cool, dude. We all say the same thing. What if you could have a model that no one else had? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you could actually, you're like, no, you're in a horse and buggy. And like what we're doing is a little better. Like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Like you're like, dude, I'm going to leave Blockbuster. I'm sick of it. Like, I just don't like the way they do it here. I'm going to go to Hollywood Video. It's like, no, dude, they're the same thing. Like you're doing the same business model. What if you had a category creating model? Here's what I mean, a category creating. If you need to search something up on the internet, do you ever say to someone, I just need you to like do like go to a search engine on the internet and search something? No, you say, will you Google it for me? Or if you need to get something out of your ear, you're like, yo, will you find me a cotton swab? No, you're like, yo, will you just find me a Q-tip? Are you following? Like you need to drink a cola. You don't say, can I have a cola? You say, can I have a Coke? You know what I'm saying? Like they own the whole category. When people think of Coke, they think of cola. When people think of Q-tip, they think of cotton swabs. When people think of search engines, they think of Google, and vice versa. When people think of Modere, they think of social retail. When they think of social retail, they think of Modere. We are the model that others are chasing. And I'm watching it happen. It's so interesting because they're 6 and 7 years behind us. Like you might be watching this right now, like, I'm going to take this back to my company. We just need to implement these. No, my friends. You're 6 years behind. Like we tore a business all the way to the floorboards and rebuilt a social retail company versus trying to bolt all this stuff on. It's not going to work. It might be telling you as your friend, it's really challenging. Number 3, online systems and duplication. We were one of the companies, if not the company, I don't know, but we were one of them that led out in the of how do you duplicate online. Like, look, we live in a different world. If you want to do meetings and home parties, like knock yourself out. Like if you want to be at the Santa Fe room at the local Hilton every Thursday night, like more power to you, dude. But most people, they talk on their phones, dude. They're on social. We let out without spamming people, without bugging people, without annoying people, without chasing people. We were the ones that let out and said, let's go do $1 billion in sales all online, and so you can actually work from your phone. You actually can like have the real life. Have you ever had that networking where you're like I work from home, and you're like, actually I don't, like I work on planes. We actually have a work from your phone lifestyle. Like if you're looking for something you can do as you're dropping the kids off at the carpool, and you're looking for something you can do as your kids lay down for a nap, or you're looking for something you can do after work, or you're looking for something you can do at your lunch break, or you're looking for something you can do and like monetize your social media. Like Uber didn't provide you a car. Airbnb didn't provide you a second house. They leveraged those assets that you already had and paid you for it. We're basically like, we'll leverage your social platform and pay you for it. And so we've led the profession in how to build online. We have a dual-sided compensation plan. This is one of the unique components of Modere. We talked about this earlier. We have our promoter side, where you can build an incredible income. You can make $1,000 a month. I'm not trying to make claims. You can look at our average income disclosures, but the point is, there's the possibility to make $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month from just the customer side, just that side. We also have this incredible team building side, this incredible back end where you actually you check match not just on your leaders, but your leaders' entire organizations for generations of teams. So our check matching is unbelievable. It's the reason we've been able to build, a ton of 7-figure-a-year earners, is because the back end of the plan as well on the team building side. So we have both. We have the customer acquisition side, the team building side. So we strengthen and secure the networks with all these customers. But man, if you are here to build a team, maybe you're a professional, you're looking for like a real home, you're just not going to find anything quite like this anywhere in the profession. We also pay daily. So your person gets they do a post. We teach them how to create curiosity. People come to them, say, hey, what is it? Boom. They send them a link. They get paid the next day. And so it makes it easy for people to start getting wins and start to like live in this new economy where they live in this new world of online digital retail. And then my friends, we're in pre-momentum timing. It took us 6 years to get to the start line. This is just the very beginning of where this is going. In fact, in these next 5 years, these next 10 years, as you look back, we're doing a couple $100 million a year globally. But since we transformed the globe into Modere, which finished at the end of 2015 and the beginning of 16, we're in the beginning stages of momentum. I tell people, you don't want to get in early. Like one of the myths of network marketing is like, I want to get in early. No. You want to get in early on momentum, and you want to be one of the ones that helps to drive it. And so as you look at what's happened in North America, up 973%, Australia, New Zealand, 101%, Europe, 671%, just since the beginning of 2016. This is just the beginning. So if you're looking for something that is disruptive, that has a good a value-based, principle-based company with real authentic leadership and humble leaders, you're something that your teams can win as you win. You don't just lay at night in bed being like, man, I'm winning, but no one else is. With a dual-sided compensation plan, you're looking for something that has products that people get on and stay on, with a normal customer acquisition model, meaning a disruptive for our space, but a normal in their eyes, in a pre-momentum company. My friends, I'd invite you to join with us. Get back with whoever thought highly enough of you to share this with you. Hopefully I wasn't too over the top. I'm just trying to just talk to you and just have an authentic conversation. Our industry is changing. Our profession is changing. And we are the ones that are leading the model that everyone's chasing. And this is just the beginning of where this thing's headed. So I encourage you to get back with them, and I look forward to meeting you in person soon.